Okay, so basically, I started my machine learning and AI journey like last week, and why I did that, who am I? I'm going to talk you in this slide, and I'll further go into how my week 1 was, and what were my mistakes, what I learned, and how would I start my week 1 again. So basically, I'm a programmer, or I mean, generally we call it programmer. So I have 15 plus years of experience in product-based company, and I'm into big data for last 6 7 years. I was late into getting cloud and ML. But is it too late? I don't think so, because if you consider mobile revolution, it started around 2000, let's say 3, 4, and then in 2016, 17, a company came, Geo, after 12, 13 years, and suddenly it became a very major player. Considering ML and cloud, I think it is going to be part of lifestyle of future, like mobiles are now. You need to live with it, so better learn from it and make a career in it. So if you want me to join in this journey, you can join it. We can start our journey together. Currently, I'm alone. I don't know how many people are learning AI today, but I am learning on my own. And the goal is to make a career growth into AI and ML, and that too completely free. I purchased a course, but then I don't want to go with this course just for the sake of it. I want to see if I can learn machine learning and make a career into it using free YouTube resources that are available or other free resources. You can follow me. I mean, you can be a week behind me, and then you can learn from what I did wrong, what I did right, what I captured in that week. That way, it will be helpful for you and for me also, because I'll learn from your experience. You can learn from my experience. So, week 1, what I learned and what were the lesson learned. So, my target for week 1 was to complete N2NG's full course. Of course, there are link in the description. It is basically a 10 weeks course, so I thought I'll complete 1 week in 1 day, and I'll be able to complete um, course early, but that was too big of an expectation. And also in parallel, I'm preparing for certification also. So my goal is to do one certification in 1 month in continuation to AI courses. So I was preparing for AI 102 from MS Learn. That's again a free tutorial. Now, what were the actuals? So I was just able to complete week 1 and 2 of Andrew Ng's Coursera course. Though I was able to complete AI 102 from MS Learn, but then I skipped few exercises. One, because Microsoft blocked my account because I logged in 3 or 4 times incorrectly, so they blocked my Azure account. But then I plan to complete it this week, so I have this entire month to give this AI 102, so I'm not much worried about it. And in addition, I found this course in Great Learning. It is a good course to begin with. Basically, it tells you what linear regression is and a concept of it in 4 hours. Plus, it gives you a hands-on on Python, also numpy. Just a small exercise, but then you get on to hands-on during the day one itself, which is good. So what I feel is you learn and you make your hands dirty, so you learn more. So you don't learn from your experience, you learn from basically mistakes you do, or you learn from experience. That's the way to go about it. What went right? So perseverance was one. I was able to devote hours into learning AI or machine learning. Plus, I got right way after spending a week into statistics. What does this mean? That we don't want to be a statistician, right? We want to be a data scientist or an ML engineer. So we don't want to learn pure statistics, but we want to learn applied statistics, or how do you apply statistics in programming language. So this is was an enlightenment that I got in week 1. So if you are newbie, you can be still with me, and I'll tell you how to correct my mistakes, or how would I start week 1 now. So the lesson 1, don't learn statistics alone. So learn Python and apply statistics on it. That's why you get to learn hands-on and you get to learn statistics on it. And it will save you time because statistics itself is a vast subject. We can't complete it like it. There are 3 years or 2 years post-graduation course for it. So we just need to learn what we have to and then we need to apply it. Don't learn everything, learn bits and pieces, whatever is needed. So let's say like this, only 10% or 20% of statistics you will use your entire career, mostly. There may be few things here and there, but majorly your career is dedicated to this. Like for example, in Unix, mostly 10 or 15 commands you use in your day-to-day life, and out of these 10, 15, also 5 will be like which you use daily. Another 5 will be like more often than not you'll use them. So that's what I mean. Second thing is make a weekly goal and accomplish it. So before you start a journey on your week, make sure you are very clear what you want to achieve. You have all the resources lined up and backup resources. When I say backup resources, let's say you identified I'll go with this YouTube video or this site or this tutorial. And in some point of time, let's say 15 minutes into it or 1 hour into it or 2 hours into it, you realize this is not for you. Maybe it is too easy, too complicated, or you don't like the instructor. So that's why I make a backup resources. And whatever you do it in first 1 2 days or first 1 2 hours of learning that course. So if it's a 10 hours course, you don't spend 9 hours and then say I don't like it. You spend your first half an hour, 1 hour, and then say I don't like it, and then you change it. Third most important thing is cut down on your social site browsing. By this I mean limit your time you spend on your LinkedIn, Facebook. Completely avoid Facebook if you can, but limit your time into your social sites and TV and games if you are doing it. And fourth is the most important, keep a healthy routine. By this I mean go for a walk every day. While going for a walk, you can put your headphone on and then you can go by your YouTube video or whatever course you are learning, or just play something. Spend out half an hour for exercises. Sleep well, eat well, because it's a long journey. It's a 100 days journey. I started a hashtag 100 days of AI in my LinkedIn profile, and I post every day there. You can also, if you want to, you can follow that. So how would I start week 1 if I had to do now? So like I said, so learning statistics alone don't help. We need to, let's say, learn one statistics module, 1 2 hours of it. Don't go much deep into it. Just understand the concept, few things around it. Like for example, if you are learning linear regression, just understand what linear regression is, what root mean square is, what maybe cost function is, understanding of it, and then apply it in Python or apply it in R, whatever language you want to use, just apply it there. Maybe you may need numpy for it or pandas for it. That's why you will get to know hands-on. Plus, you will get to know statistics concept of it. So here are the few links. I'll paste this link in my description also. So I'll cover uh, 1 2 3. The goal is to get hands-on on Python plus basic statistics. If you don't have Python installed on it, you need to install Python. So I'll go by one. First, I'll go by um, first URL which is there. It covers Python basics. Then I'll go by second URL. It's a free course on returning 4 hour course. And if you complete, they are saying that they'll give you a certificate also. I almost completed it. I'm in last two courses of it, which are exercises. Maybe I'll complete this week. And if you don't know Python, you can go by this third URL. Why I prefer this URL? Because it's a hands-on URL type. But if you don't want to go with the, so you should go with the URL 1 and 2, but you may try to if you want to. So go with this URL and this URL. If you don't want to go with this URL, you can go with Then you need to, what I suggest is learn pandas, numpy, matplotlib or seaborn. At least try to cover two of these in week one. Just you don't need to be a perfect in it, but just get understanding of it, how it works. If you because it will help you so that you know in the first week itself you get some hands on. Just try to copy the code whichever is there and run it yourself and understand what it is doing. Okay, you can use head function to see how every time the code changes or data changes. So I'll use one of these to learn matplotlib, numpy or pandas. And this one is a old tutorial, but it's a full tutorial. I believe it is still relevant. Uh, you can go over it. I'm yet to go over it. And if you are not like a YouTube kind, you want to read it, then you can go with this course or this course. You may find one another course and tutorial point. I can paste the link in description. That's what basically it is. So all the best for your journey, and let's see how I do it in week two. I'll again paste the video in week two. My week two target is to get hands on in Python with all these four libraries. Let me change the color here. With all these, it doesn't work. It's not good. So with all these libraries plus AI 102, Microsoft Artificial Intelligence Engineer prep. So I plan to give this exam in second week of June somewhere. Let's see how it goes. It depends on my how week two goes. I have some office commitment also, but let's see how it goes. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, you can just like the button, and I won't say for subscribe. I mean, it's your personal choice. If you want to be part of my journey, subscribe it. If you don't want to be part of my journey, it's okay. But if you like this journey, just click like.